Iran! Hands off! Iran! Hands off! Iran!
So we salute the Iranian resistance who are bringing down the Israeli colony, and that's all we hope for. And we know that every time people from the West Bank or Gaza look in the sky and see the sky light up with missiles approaching Iran, approaching the Zionist colony, they are through. They are cheering because they are delighted to see the possibility of the end of all the US bases and the settler colony in the Middle East. And this will be a great day for humanity. It will be hopefully the end of wars.
And I am participating at this protest at the US Embassy of Ireland today to condone the USA's horrible, the USA and Israel's horrible actions towards the people of Iran and the ordinary citizens of Iran by launching those ballistic missiles that killed so many innocent civilians.
I just wanted to kind of show up and make it clear that I think what the US and Israel is doing is absolutely abhorrent and just absolutely terrible. No matter, there's no world in which killing children, innocent people, invading a country and disrespecting international laws is okay. I think no matter what issues you might have with whatever is going on in Iran generally, it is never right or okay to do that.
Well, let us fast forward to 2024. After repeated Zionist strikes inside and on Iran, every time initiated by Israel, Iran started to hit back. Operation True Promise and its successors are well known now, and I'm sure everyone remembers the footage of ballistic missiles raining down on Tel Aviv. But the Iranian tendency was always towards diplomacy primarily, only using force as a last resort. Repeatedly drawn into negotiations and hit halfway through them, it is on these terms, if any, that we can offer criticisms of the government. For they were too compliant with the vulture swarming them, and perhaps too gullible in believing that the negotiations were in good faith. The rocket that blew up Ali Khamenei is a resounding proof of that, but the bitter losses teach us the most insightful lessons.
For the America to get out of Iran and to stop bombing the people of Iran and stop bombing their hospitals, stop bombing their schools, and stop terrorizing the Middle East. They have laid bare just about every country in the Middle East, and Iran is the last one. And this is the dream of Israel, a greater Israel. And they are doing this for the Zionists, for the settler colony, for the genocidal maniacs, which is actually what Israeli society is really made up of.
US troops! Out of sight! US troops! Out of sight!
And Brer Rabbit told Brer Fox, he said, "Don't throw me in the briar patch. I'm begging you, don't throw me in the briar patch. Please don't throw me in the briar patch." And of course, what did Brer Fox do? He threw him in the briar patch, and then the rabbit was saved. And what did Iran tell the United States? Said, "Don't bomb us. Don't go to war with us. Don't." And they did. And now their bases are in flames all over the Middle East. Western Asia.
On social media, Anti-Imperialist Action made it clear that the protest was in support of the Iranian government, and even gave special praise to the Iranian military. However, not everyone at the protest was as positive towards the Islamic Republic.
I just want to make it clear that I do not support the current regime in Iran. I think they've really ruined the country and stuff, and I do not support them one bit. And the way they've been treating, especially women there, is really bad, and I do not support them. But I also do not, and I'm very skeptical and critical about U.S. interventionism, especially when it comes to the Middle East and Latin America. So that's why I do not support these missile attacks.
I'm not going to stand here and say that I agree with, what maybe some rights women have over there. And I know that the LGBT community probably also faces a lot of terrible struggles. I do think this is absolutely an issue, but I don't think it's not being raised as a concern for people. I think it's being raised as a way to try justify killing.
As US Zionist planes commit terror from the skies and massacre civilians, Iranian drones and rockets are targeting US and Israeli bases, infrastructure and interests across the region. The Iranian escalation has sent the West into crisis, with the price of oil skyrocketing and energy bills going haywire. It is in the strategy of striking the enemy's client states and underlings, its bases and its ships, that Iran has exposed in fire and blood just how deep US hegemony is built into the region. In that context, it becomes clear that such imperial roots can only be torn up through the methods with which they were planted, through violence. Iran has been forced to embrace that hard truth, as did Palestine. And in what looks like it will be a long war, we send utmost solidarity to them as they fight to rid their country and region of foreign interference and imperial onslaught. We at Anti-Imperialist Action pledge to escalate the fight against our common enemies in conjunction with the oppressed peoples of the world.
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution!
There is only one solution.
Intifada revolution!
Well, I mean, of course I would have criticisms of many of the things that happen in Iran, but it's not up to me as an Irish citizen to sort of say how the Iranians should run their society. I mean, we should respect the sovereignty of a country, and the more that they're pushed into a rabbit hole, possibly the more oppressive it becomes. There probably would have been a lot more reforms and a lot more changes if there hadn't been the sanctions. But I mean, that's not to say I certainly do think that there has been repressive policies by the government.
I don't think that's the point, to be quite honest. The point is whether it is right for the United States to be attacking it or not. The point about what their internal structures are like and what their internal regime is like is a matter for the Iranian people to sort out. And I've no doubt that they will sort it out if they reckon that they need a change. At the moment, the streets are full of people supporting the regime, even when bombs are falling.
Last week I attended a protest by Iranians in Dublin who called for the overthrow of the Iranian regime and most welcomed the military strikes. I asked protesters what they thought of this.
Well, I seen them last week at the GPO when we were standing in solidarity with the Iranian people and in sympathy with the children and the school children and the teachers who have been slaughtered, and we were getting a book of condolences signed. And they were absolutely the most undignified, disrespectful, aggressive group of people that I have ever come across. And I have been involved in sort of, protest politics for the last sort of 50 years, and I have never seen anything like that. Like they had really horrible things on posters. I won't repeat them. They're not actually even worth mentioning. So they're not going to bring anything to Iran. And we seen the millions of people that were on the streets when the Ayatollah was murdered. So, they're a minority and they've been outside of the country for such a long time.
And you'd have to wonder what kind of people would welcome bombs falling on their own people. That to me is totally despicable. I have known over the years Iranians who have been opposed to the regime and who were honourable people with their, old ideas of what the society should be. These people are absolutely despicable. They're the scum of the earth that would actually invite bombs to fall on their own people.
I'm personally not very. I'm very suspicious about, and I'm a bit concerned that there are people in Iran who are seeing the people of the USA and Israel as like liberators of sorts. I just want to go up to them and say, be careful what you wish for.
And what we're standing here for is the sovereignty of the Iranian people, and they make decisions about their country, their future, and what they stand for. So, victory to Iran! Hands off Iran! Don't believe the war in Iran!